He was homeless at the time. So it has nothing to do with who you are. Now, what the message in that is two things to me. One is your station in life says nothing about who you are. You have to say who it is you are, and you get to do that. Other people may judge you by your station. The other thing is that we celebrate a child, and we celebrate the fragileness of this experience. We recognize how vulnerable being on a spiritual journey really is. It's not easy. And how many of you, when you tell people you're on a spiritual journey, look at you and say, what? Wait, are you one of them? Are you some sort of a cult or what? I meditate, I do yoga. Oh, yoga, that's another place. They're funny people. Yeah. You hear all that. And so the impetus to do it is not there. It has to be something you cultivate from within. So discovering the perfection that you are is to really become a specialist in looking for good. And the more you look for good, the more likely you are to discover and be able to express that good. Judith was mentioning Venezuela, and so I guess I can leave the state for a little while. I went to Florida and lived in Florida for a while. And one of the things Florida has, in Miami in particular, were a lot of pawn stores. And pawn stores, because a lot of people are making changes in their life and they can't afford them, so they turn stuff in. And I went to the pawn store and I saw this amplifier, and it said Conrad Johnson on it, and above it was one that said Sony. And I said to the pawnster, I said, how much is that Conrad Johnson? He said, oh, $90. I said, how much is the Sony? $200. I said, I'll buy the Conrad Johnson. He said, why would you want that? I said, I don't know. I like funny names. Brought it home. It was only worth $3,000. So, you see, often we don't see our good. But you see, why I saw it was because for 25 years I did nothing but broker high-end audio equipment. I became a specialist in looking for good. I think we're out of practice very often in looking for good. I think we very quickly give it up and notice the bad. I get lots and lots of feedback from lots of people about what's wrong. Not here, but just in general. And it's interesting how much that takes from you the ability to appreciate the perfection, the beauty, the joy, the love, and the light. That's exceptional when you can do that. So Christmas is really an exercise program. It's an intense exercise program. It's a wake-up to how you could be 24/7, 12 months of the year, if you were to choose it. And it would be nice to have love be so common in your experience that it was just a normal thing for you to want to give yourself away 24/7, instead of having it be allocated to one day or one weekend or 1 week. And it would be wonderful if we were the messengers for how Christmas can be 24 hours a day and how it can be the 12 months, or 12 months, yeah, there's 12 months in the year. How we could just do that. And if we want to, we actually can. So I'm inviting all of you to change your idea of Christmas from an idea that has it be 1 week of the year to that this is the week of the year that we've all agreed to embark on the exercise program for Christmas to be all year. And some of us are going to get sloppy. We're going to miss going to the club. We're going to not do some of the things we need to do. That's okay. Just dress up for it. Remember it. Do whatever you can. Now, in my exercise program, if I can't lift something on Monday, then I do something different. If you can't be as charitable as you'd like, if you can't be as friendly as you'd like, if you can't be as outgoing as you'd like, what can you do? Then do that. Your exercise program doesn't depend on you doing everything perfectly. It depends on you doing something every day. And in that way, we stay spiritually in shape. And then the Christ consciousness we're talking about is not the exception to the rule. It is the rule. And so, Judith, come on up. You look so nice today. I gotta have you come up. And we're going to do a meditation together. Meditation? A treatment. What do they call that? So as we go into the silence, we recognize now who it is we truly are. We recognize that light that shines from within us. We realize we are inwardly directed now. And in that inward direction, we awaken
we recognize it because we feel it. We feel the love in our hearts, the peace in our hearts. And we know these are the attributes of God. These are the attributes of the divinity within us, with which we are one always.
So we set aside our fears, our doubts, our worries. We set aside anything that would intrude into the perfection of this moment. We realize that who we are right here and now has always been and is right now perfection, the divine light, the good, that we are what we have been looking for. And we celebrate this.
We celebrate it by expressing the love everywhere we go, with everyone we meet, simply by being the love of God. We allow this Christ consciousness to outpicture, and we know that in so doing, we consciously evolve the human race.
We do this now from the very core of our being. We release this treatment knowing that it comes back to us 1,000 times, in 1,000 ways, multiplied 1,000-fold. We know this to be true. We say thank you, and together we say, and so it is. And this is the part now that I turn over.
That was lovely. Thank you. You know, the beauty about coming to service on Sunday and joining together and making that commitment to be fully present here, it feeds you all week long. You know, I find so much inspiration from the two of you as I progress through the week, and something will happen and I'll think, well, what they said fits right here for me. And it's like putting ourselves into the myth, into the story, and watching it unfold and having the insight be more real. So thank you so much for what you have brought to us. We are truly blessed. And in that knowing, the ushers are preparing now to receive your offering, your good, a piece of your heart, a piece of your hard work. And as the basket passes by your hands, feel that what you're giving of yourself has affected this church and affected each one here in so many profound ways. So it's love passing by you, and you're feeding that basket with your love. So join with us in this song as you count your blessings this day.
I am so blessed, I am so blessed, I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so